Expedition Log, Day 100. This dark realm, as I'm calling it, is fascinating. Their magic is like that I have never seen. There exists an odd creature that has innate interdimensional abilities. The people of this realm would regularly use the shells of these creatures as storage. Greetings, primates, and welcome back to Thespa. How are you all doing? You might notice a few things are missing, namely my boots and my wings. I was streaming not more than an hour or so ago, and we went exploring a ancient city. I hadn't done any exploring in the deep dark at all in this world, or at all, period. And I was curious as to what was down there, and I wanted Swift Sneak. I have Swift Sneak now, and oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is my first time using it, actually. Ooh, so much faster. This is perfect. Well, I died and lost all my stuff. And now I'm just trying to get an efficiency trader, so that way I can get my tools back up in order. While I'm waiting for that librarian to give me efficiency, I just want to go over and reflect on how far we have come. Look at this place. This is episode 20. This is ridiculous. Look at how far we have come. We started episode 1 with the framework of just this inn right here. And now look at us. We've got how many buildings just in this nearby area? And not to mention Nerex over here. And it's going deeper and deeper as the day goes on. Don't mind that. We've done so much in the overworld alone. It absolutely amazes me. And then there's what we've been doing in the Nether. Now, I haven't done much in the Nether in my YouTube videos, but I've done a lot on streams. This is my gold farm that I'm going to be using to supply the gold to get the blackstone for Nerex. And this thing is massive. I've completely cleared up the area above the gold farm and below as well. All I need to do now is remove this bedrock, and then I feel comfortable actually using the farm. Well, I gotta remove the roof as well, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. Absolutely massive, and I love this build. Now, you might have noticed I have said very little in regards to Rue's log, and that's because the plan for today's episode changed a little bit when I died in the city. However, we're still going to be working on the shulker farm here. As you can see, I've got lots of shulker shells all flowing in, and it's fantastic. However, there is a slight issue with the farm. I just have to manually restart it every so often. I'm legitimately tempted just to completely tear this down and build a new farm. But that's not what we're working on right now. Right now we're working on getting geared back up. I've got all of my tools enchanted up, all my armor enchanted up. All I need now are these pesky wings. And I was a genius and didn't bother to get a spare set of wings. Also, this mushroom is turning out to be far more useful than I expected. Way to go, past me. Also, Swift Sneak on these little one-wide platforms really freaks me out. I'm not used to the new speed, and I'm terrified I'm gonna fall off. I will say this, though. While Swift Sneak makes it feel like I'm about to fall off the edge every time I'm running towards the edge of one of these end islands, it makes bridging so much faster. So the enchantment will stay. Wings, don't mind if I guess. And what is the first thing you do after coming home from the end, collecting tons of elytra? Naturally enchant them with unbreaking and mending. And break your anvil in the process. Luckily for me, I have enough iron to replace it. Too bad I'm out of experience points. Back to the mushroom! Now that I've got all my gear back, it's time for me to get started on the actual projects I had planned for today, which means resource gathering. And the build I have designed for today requires a lot of mangrove wood, and I'm beginning to realize how annoying it is to gather mangrove. These trees are not consistent. Consistency of mangrove trees aside, I have what I need. let's get building. And we have a new building in Woodstone. I'm actually really pleased with this. We have built up a little jail or a stockade. This was a recommendation for a build by one of my viewers in the comments, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. And so I forgot these are iron doors. And so I decided to make one. And I'm really pleased with the design that I came up with. It's very nice, simple, and a little sweet. It's, again, heavily based off of the other buildings here in Woodstone. And in case you haven't noticed, I'm keeping the same sort of general theme throughout all of Woodstone because, I mean, it's the same town. I don't have anything up here just yet. I'm planning on doing some later detail work on the inside, but for the most part, this is the build. Here, let's get a better look at it. I absolutely love it. I love the mangrove wood color for roofs. It's actually a nice contrast to the green of the copper. All in all, I'm really happy with the build. I'm just going to have to do some decorating either off camera or in the next episode. And that's because I've got some renovations to do inside the windmill. Up here, I haven't had really much to do, but I've always wanted to put in a new melon and pumpkin farm up here. And, well, I've done some designing, and I think I have something that might work. First things first, we got to get our storage system set up. Just going to be a nice couple rows of double chests, just like this. So we'll get this put in real quick. This side's going to be pumpkins, and then this side's going to be melons. Alrighty, so this is like the first base layer of one of the farms. There's actually going to be two in here, one for melons, one for pumpkins. No, these farms are going to be tiny as there isn't much room in here. That's okay. I don't need it to be super big or super efficient. I just need a farm. And that's what this will do. First things first, let's hook up this dropper clock. Infinite clock here. This will output all the melons into here as they get put into here. Now the next thing we need to do is hook this up. This is going to stop the hopper minecart when it gets to here. Which reminds me, I don't have one. That's okay. Next thing, and this is important, we have a piece of glass here. That piece of glass is important because otherwise this observer is going to power this rail and sort of ruin it for everyone. I got to go grab that. But first, let's build out this rail line. All right, there we go. And boop, boop. That is important. Otherwise, the minecart's going to go shooting off, and I don't want that. Next up comes the fun bit. Dirt. Lots and lots of dirt. I'm going to be using a neat little trick of waterlogging leaves. I haven't done this before, at least in this world. But we can waterlog leaves now, which will help make sure all of this is the way it needs to be. Yes. Yep, that's how that goes. Next up, Melons. Bloop, 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 bloop. Perfect. A bunch of observers and pistons. Now, normally, in order to do this, I would have to get down and sort of trapdoor my way in so that way I'm crawling and then find my way back out. And that's a huge hassle. But I have Tweakaroo. Tweakaroo lets me do that. Well, that is the first layer of the farm done. The next thing I would do is just cover all this in. Make it so that way nothing is visible because I like integrated farms into my builds. And typically you don't see things. And I also got to finish building the pumpkin side. But before I do that, I got to make sure I have a minecart hopper for this because I think I forgot to make one of those. Just got to plop this bad boy in the farm. Like so. And we're good to go. This thing will work its way through. And eventually, I'm going to get melons coming out of here. Now, all I need is the pumpkins. Well, the farm is now done. We've got pumpkins and melons, both growing happily inside the windmill. And we're even getting some pumpkins in here already, but mostly melons. There isn't much going on here. Again, these aren't super efficient farms, but they're pretty much always going to be active. So I'm okay with this. Boy, primates, this episode has been a journey. We had to re-gear up, and we built a wonderful new jail, some brand new farms in the village itself, and I just realized we forgot to do something rather important. Each new building in Woodstone deserves an update for the map. Nice. Well, primates, we didn't do what we set out to do today, but we did accomplish great things, and that's okay with me. I'm looking forward to decorating the new house here in Thespa, and I'm looking forward to figuring out what I'm going to do with the shulkers. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like, comment your suggestions down below, and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with what's going on here in Thespa. And I'll see you next time.